What's up, guys? So we're heading into what we all hope to be our last 2 weeks of lockdown. We've taken into consideration all you guys' feedback and just the general trend, what we're finding with people training at home. And we know people are struggling to get out of work mode, being at home and working at home, and then suddenly having to flip into training mode and struggling to motivate themselves to get going and get a session done. The consistency has started to drop off for a lot of people. So what we want to do is, from today, we're going to be changing up things slightly and using a new form of training structure called escalating density training. More on that just after this. But what we want to do is make these sessions a little bit more conducive for you to get done a bit quicker. So we still know they'll be very effective using this method. But guys, we want to encourage you. We're going to be changing the session so they take you a bit quicker to get done, and we're doing everything we can to keep you going during this lockdown and keeping the training effective, guys. So we're going to be explaining what escalating density training is. We're still keeping to our other principles in terms of functional training movements, full body movements, effective movements that really get results. And we really feel this is going to be a nice way to challenge yourself, but get in and out, get the session done quickly and effectively with enough time to warm up and get enough work done. So how does escalating density training differ to normal training? So when you do a normal training session, let's take the workout card above and we look at the pairing, A1, A2 strength pairing, lunges and push-ups, 4 sets, 8 reps, 0 rest after your lunges, 90 seconds after your push-ups. So what you would do is lunges, 8 reps, no rest, straight into your push-ups, 8 reps, 90 seconds rest. That would be 1 set and then do 3 more sets. When it comes to density training, we do not follow a normal set rep protocol. What we do is we set an allotted time, so for this example is 15 minutes, to achieve as much work as we can. So in the same pairing example, we are going to be doing 15 minutes of lunges and push-ups. You're going to rest as needed. What is very important to remember when you're doing density training is you're not trying to race and work to failure. You're trying to avoid working to failure. So how we do that is, first of all, resting when we need to. You are trying to get in a decent amount of work and challenge yourself. And then also adjusting your reps as you go. So when you first start at the beginning of the 15 minutes, you would aim at the upper end of the rep range over here. So you'd get probably 15 each leg and then closer to 15 push-ups. It can be adjusted to your current abilities. Then as you go through the 15 minutes and time gets longer and longer, you can drop your reps as you go. Throughout the 15-minute period, you must stay away from failure on every single set. So you should stay at least 3 reps, more like 3 to 5 when we're working in this sort of rep range, away from failure. Because the goal is to accumulate as many reps as you can by the end of the training session. And if you try keep to the higher end throughout the whole workout, you'll just burn yourself out and have to rest for ages before you can go again. The next thing with density training is the key is to try and progress every time you repeat the same workout. So say we do this Monday and then repeat it on Friday, and you got 100 reps of lunges and 100 reps of push-ups in the 15 minutes. You obviously want to track that very precisely each session. Then on the Friday, you will try and prove that a little bit. And in the end, that is what is escalating your density, increasing your density over time. It's a very effective form of training for getting in a lot of quality work in a short amount of time, and you're going to get a lot of benefit from it. For the elevated reverse lunge, guys, you're going to do a normal backwards lunge. Okay, so we're going to do it off an elevation. So what will work best for you at home would be doing it off a normal single step height. Okay, so if I show you on this weight plate I'm standing on, you're going to do a normal lunge off, and I'm going to go to my back knee is just off the floor, making sure that my knee doesn't cave in, and I keep a 90-90 angle at both knees. Okay, as you can see, my back knee is just off the floor. You can hold the weight up on your chest or at your sides. So for this, guys, work at a height that challenges you to your strength abilities, starting with an elevation table sort of height or the end of a couch. 5 seconds down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2-second pause, and up. So from there you can go a bit lower. If you are a bit stronger, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, up. Or even more challenging, obviously flat on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. And for the stronger guys, we can even weight it. So Maureen's going to go back down. Just to give you an example of how to do it, load something onto your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, up. So you can really progress this to meet your needs, guys. So next. Okay guys, this is a combination movement, the jackknife sit up and then straight into a hollow hold. So what we're going to do is first set up for the jackknife sit up, but we're going to set up for the jackknife sit up as if we're doing a hollow hold. So we're going to lie onto our backs and hug our knees, okay? In this position, making sure that you've crunched up and your entire upper back is off the floor, okay? So just the lower back is connected. Straighten one leg slowly, just above the floor, pointing the toes, and then the other one, okay? Squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes. So that's your basic hollow hold position, shortening from the ribs to the hips. From there, we're going to do a jackknife sit up, pause, down. After you've done all your jackknife sit up reps, you're going to pause and hold the hollow hold for the stipulated amount of time. When most people do the plank movement in the gym, they do it completely wrong, and actually it's a big waste of time because all they're doing is hanging out on their joints, on their ligaments, on their tendons, and are relaxed in the posture and not engaging the muscle that could get the benefit from a correctly done plank position. You guys may have seen how people do plank world records and they hold this thing for hours. That's not effective. What we want to do when we do the plank, or as we like to term it, the hardstyle plank, is create as much full body tension and do it for a much shorter period of time, 10 to 15 seconds. So what we need to do in the movement is get a big belly breath of air in. And first thing you need to do is squeeze your abdominal muscles. So your whole midsection you need to make tight. So as if you were bracing for someone to punch you. Okay, tight. Then what we're going to do is squeeze our quads, our glutes, our fists, and pull down to activate our lat muscles. So it's quite a lot going on at once. And if you do it correctly, you'll create so much tension that you'll shake, your nervous system will be so overloaded. But it's way more effective, guys, in developing full body tension and strength. So what we want to do is set up with your feet about shoulder width apart, okay? But you can play with that angle and of your feet, so the width of your feet, and get it to a position where you find you can create the most tension. Next, you want your elbows directly beneath your shoulder joint, okay, and your fists apart. Then we're going to come up into a straight plank. Breathe in, brace the midsection, squeeze the quads, the glutes, pull down the fist. Okay. Guys, do not tense the face or the neck muscles, so you want to be tight from below the neck. Don't tense the trap, you must pull down. If you're getting this right, you'll almost tremor because you're creating so much tension. What you have to do is breathe once into your belly, keep that tight, and then take shallow breaths, not letting out that initial big breath. So we call that breathing behind the shield. So small breaths, but not letting that initial big pocket of air out of your midsection. Okay, give it a go and give us some feedback.